All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Audio's going through. All right, test 1, 2, 3. Cool. All right, we're trading all-time high, guys. I personally do not like trading all-time highs. It's difficult to trade, so we're gonna have to be a bit more patient here. First presentation, fair value gap. We already have it for today. It happened right here. Okay, this is gonna be our Friday first presentation. We can't pick lows here, guys. So I think longs is essentially what we need to play for all of today. It's gonna be Fridays, New York, and 24. I got these quadrats drawn here from the hourly wick. I'm just really trying to find support for price to go either higher or lower. It's very difficult. You can see here we had a CPI earlier this morning at 8:30. Price ultimately shot up 140 handles, consolidated, and now what we're doing is we're approaching 9:45 news. Looks like we wicked lower. We took out some sell side here. So let's start painting this up a bit more so we can get a bit more structure here. Sell side liquidity. This is minor sell side liquidity. We hit mean threshold of this 1 minute BISI candle, and now we're pushing higher, right? Into these like 1 hour quadrants that I've drawn here. Again, from a daily perspective, we're all-time highs. I just don't have support or any levels from previous days, which makes trading a bit more difficult. And all you really have is this right here, right? We got the 5 minute, and we've got the 15 minute here, right? Not even a lot of information on the 1 hour. So this right here is, this is a, market structure shift on the 1 minute. I'm going to wait till red folder news kicks in before I take in a trade today, but I'll be right back. This is called all-time high trading. Price is just rocketing higher. It took out sell side, closed above RTH gap, and it's pushing higher. It just took out CPI highs. Here's our market structure shift. It's creating a lot of fair value gaps here to the upside. This here is a suspension block. Okay. Maybe if price creates like a relative equal high here, comes back lower, comes down to the suspension block, maybe that might be a possible long entry. And we have all this gapping here as well, right? When we're trading all-time highs, we got 160 points. It doesn't mean it needs to fill it in today, but it will get filled in, and something that we just have to be a bit cognizant of. I did take a long during Asia session, so I'm up a bit for the day. Nothing too crazy. But all in all, if you guys want to see my long today, if I held it, it would have been a huge position, but this is what it was right here. This is me attempting to try to catch longs yesterday. I failed. I hit a lot of break evens. And then this was my trade earlier this morning, or like at Asia. I targeted 15-minute highs for a 2-to-1. But you can see here, if I held the trade, it would have been like a freaking 20-to-1. But it is what it is. Can't cry about it. So when we're trading all-time highs, we shouldn't pick the tops. That does damage to us as traders. It's going to be easier to take longs today than shorts. I'll tell you that right now. So bias is we're going long until proven incorrect. Right. So we just took out these highs from earlier today from CPI using 6 minutes. And again, just from, 5 minute here, this is, bullish price action. Here we got a, bullish order block on the 5 minute. Manipulation, expansion to the upside. And again, let's see if price wants to continue this move higher here. But I do have to wait for that red folder news to kick in. It is CPI. We're still within the first 30 minutes of trading. So I'm just going to give you guys a high probability setup when it happens. No mediocre today. And the macro that we're probably going to be waiting for is right after red folder. So we'll see what red folder gives us. This should paint the picture. And then we will continue pushing it higher. Like if price comes back lower here during red folder and it fails to break mean threshold of this suspension block, that's going to be a good indication here that price is probably going to want to push higher. I do have these quadrants written out here. Again, I just want to see how it's respecting them. You can see here it kind of is, right? To the high here and then to the low. Usually when I use quadrants, I use the daily wicks or gaps. But as of right now, we have nothing. We have absolutely nothing to use. So, tricky. Anyone here catch any trades today or is anticipating? Are you guys long or short today? Curious. Okay. What price is doing is we can start mapping out some of these PD arrays here. So we technically broke to the downside of this bullish SIBI, but the bodies are still staying within the upper quadrant here. So again, let's see if price wants to use this as an inversion and push price lower to this suspension block here. That's going to give us like a retracement of, 0.5, which is around like the OT entry of 0.62 from I think ICT's mentorship of 2023 or 2022. But again, the anticipation is we want to see price at higher. 3 minutes till news, guys. Almost 2 minutes till news. And let's see what this red folder, what news event is it? Let's see. Today we have Flash Manufacturing PMI, red folder. So we shall wait. I'm going to aim for at least 1.5 to 1 here on the stream. Goal is 2 or higher from a risk reward perspective. Again, when we're trading CPI days, we do want to see something juicy today. If we don't trade today, that is fine. You can see here right now it's inverting this BISI on the 1 minute. Hopefully the body closes below. So it's still closing above the lower quadrant here. price might be heading lower to the suspension block here that we have. Again, this is a very bullish PD array. And the way you draw suspension blocks is if there's a gap above and below price, this makes it a suspension. It's suspending between these two blocks, and it's seen as a very strong PD array compared to like a regular fair value gap. I also like how it's laying on top of these quadrants as well, which gives it a bit more, juice and power. But we'll see what price wants to do here in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and there you go. Price is spiked higher. A lot of consolidation here. In 1 minute, we'll see how this candle closes. If it's going to want to, still sit within this, like if it closes on the bottom half of this, there's a chance we might get down to the next quadrant level of being half here and seeing how it's going to respect this suspension block here. But again, like if I were to be trading against all-time highs, and it's something that, I don't know, I wouldn't want to do. So right now, what we have to do is we just have to wait for better price action. We got the macro coming up in 4 minutes. But as of right now, I'm only looking for longs, not shorts. We did have the manipulation earlier today, right after the open. This would have been actually decent to go long off of. I was just setting up the YouTube stream. You can see here the bodies are, are still managing and are still being respected by this 1 minute SIBI here. It did punch into this tiny imbalance here as well. But you can see here right now, price is, it's failing slightly to go higher. Like you can see it's trying to, and it's just wicking and it's grabbing against liquidity above us. But it's really 2 things to keep in mind here. Huge gap below us, and we're at all-time highs. So very conflicting PD arrays. So bodies are still closing within this fair value gap here. It closes below it. Yeah, no, I will not be shorting that. Again, it just wouldn't make sense from an RR perspective. I wouldn't be shorting past the suspension block if I was going short. But I'm anticipating that price is going to respect it. But again, you can see how price here it failed to go higher. We're pushing lower now. This is the market structure shift. Here is our bullish breaker from this latest, swing, right? So market structure shift to the upside. We're pulling back lower here. And then let's see how this is going to, and we can delete this now. We don't need that line. Let's see how it wants to respect the suspension block. We also have today's first presentation. It hasn't been traded to. I don't even know what levels to target if we were to go long. Again, this is not an entry. Like this is it's not clean, right? We don't have relative equal highs above us, right? But I'm just sizing in right now possible opportunities if price were to slow down here and really show us that it's failing to push lower. And that's where we grab the long. You can see here, body, first wick, closing in the upper quadrant of the suspension block. Let's see how this is going to hold up. It'd be really nice to see price touch the first presentation and then kind of close up higher. That's going to give me, confidence to take a long. On the 5-minute here, you can see prices moving into this bullish order block here. Again, this is all that price is giving me right now. We get this massive gap below us as well. So we need confirmation that price doesn't want to head lower. It wants to turn around here and start pushing higher again. Because option 2 is price is going to start exploring the unfilled SIBI here from price earlier today. It is Friday too. And then if we look from an overall, yeah, we're at all-time highs right now. So on a Friday. So we do have to watch for TGIF. Okay, price went into mean threshold here. It's still, the bodies are still staying to the upside here. All right, price is pushing lower here. If it breaks the suspension block, this might be used as an inversion to go lower. But again, something that we're looking on right now, price is pushing into today's first presentation. What do you want to do, price? Give us some hints. And then if we're pushing higher, we're going to have to do some rejections. Oh, something funny happened here. Like, again, like this is 2 standard deviations up here. All right, suspension block right now. It's closing in the lower half here. This is indicating that it is, it's not as bullish as it should be, right? But let's see if it's going to hold. But right now, a close like this in the suspension block, it's, it's saying, oh, I might not close. Not bullish enough. All right. Bullish response off the 1 minute here. Let me get rid of some of these lines that are mucking up the waters. We've just entered the macro of 950 to 1010. I'm not entering yet. This here is not convincing to me. I didn't like how we closed so low in the suspension block with the bodies. Again, you're looking for little tiny cookie crumbs of, again, what price wants to do, right? Even though I might get a worse fill, I want a better confirmation here. And this, it just might be inverting. It might be pushing to the upside and then closing below it and then start pushing lower to first presentation. So, which I think that might be the case here. But these body closures in the suspension block ain't looking so good. In 2 minutes, we'll be closing this 5-minute candle. It is respecting off of this bullish order block. Okay. Respecting suspension block here. We touch the RTH high. Here in the bullish order block. You know what? I'm not in love with this, but let's wait for a bit longer to see what these 1 minute candles want to do here, and then we'll take a position. But right now, here is going to be what? A 7-to-1. If we do take a long here, but again, let's see if it wants to drill a bit lower and really show confirmation that it doesn't want to push lower. Usually we want to see fair value gaps left open. That indicates bullish strength. This right here is indicating that, like, you know, might support, it might not. It's not giving you like that confirmation. But again, I'm kind of looking at the bodies here and how they're closing within the suspension block. Again, if this breaks to the downside, it is going to go lower. Again, I'm not convinced here. It's 9:55. Here, I'll take out one micro long here. Oh, did it not activate my... Right. Going long here, half a risk. I want to see price not break the suspension block. It did its damage. It looks like it doesn't want to push lower, and we're going to be trying to take it to a higher level here. We'll take it to to half a standard deviation. So 587. 587. All right. It's a 3.5 to 1 for me. We want to see a break this a block there. I'm going to be aggressively moving my stop loss here. Like, I wouldn't want price to, you know, end up below that wick there. So again, aggressively trailing my stop loss. All right, so 25% shaved off already. Once it breaks this, it's going to give me a lot of confidence that it's going to continue to want to push higher. But we had a nice rejection of this, you know, bullish 5-minute order block here. And now we just want to see price push higher within the macro. $587 for level, 586.5. Oh, you got 6K. That's insane, man. Congratulations. Give me 1 sec, guys. Someone at the door, but let this run. If it hits me at stop loss, it hits. All right. Not loving this rejection here. Again, this is messy PPA. Again, that's my validation right there. If it breaks that wick low, so price went up, rejected the SIBI. Let's see if it wants to use this suspension block to push price higher. Again, the biggest risk here and the reason why I'm trading half risk is because of this huge gapping that we have below us. But the way I'm looking at it is it's going to, again, gapping is equal strength. And again, it should push away from it, assuming that it doesn't want to fill it in, right? So, but in terms of, again, confidence, I see this as like I'm like 70% confident it's going to go up. So again, there's a chance that it might turn over. Yeah, Muhammad, are you long or short on this? It's one or the other. I'm more team long here. If we close here, this is going to be a bullish order block, and we wouldn't want to see price close below it. So this is going to be a bullish order block. We just had a change in state of delivery. I'm breaking that there. In 6 seconds, we want to close above it. Perfect. Good stuff. I'm at break even. Oh, and it looks like it just wicked me out. What was that? That was really weird, guys. It wicked me out in a really weird way. All right, so I took... It slipped me too. A-hole price. If I didn't move my stop loss, I think I would have been fine there. I was in the midst of moving it to break even, and it just decided to go silly on me. Great. But that's a bullish order block. It looks like price is pushing to the upside here. Slightly tilted now because of what happened right now. That was weird price action. Unbelievable. Unbelievable PA. So I'm not in this anymore. Somehow I got wicked out. Even though my stop loss was below where it wicked. Stupid. Stupid top step. And like right now, I can't take a long here just because we're oh, this is really frustrating. Okay. It is what it is. You know, price if it is bullish, it should use this order block here and this fair, you know, inversion fair value gap here to the upside. But again, we'll have to wait and see here. This would have been a great trade to the upside because right now I would have been at break even and price would have been pushing higher. Okay, so it's inverting this level here with the bullish order block. I just don't see myself getting in again. I feel like I'm chasing price here. This level I liked. This rejection I liked. And this right here, again, if I were to be entering it, you know, bullish order block. Feels like I would be chasing price. So all in all, right, at least right on interim direction, something funny happened with Top Step X and it took me out for double of my my risk that I took. 104. I'm gonna take a long here. Below this wick here. If it breaks above it, Hopefully we keep pushing and I'll start scaling in. But again, not in love with my entry here. There you go. And I'm triggered. All right. Guys, listen. This PA sucks right now. I think our initial entry was really good. We should be at break even right now if you guys took it. And I think I'm gonna I'm up on the week a lot. Again, this is tough PA here. Afternoon might be cleaner. But let's I'm gonna cut the stream. I'm gonna take a walk here after Top Step, did me dirty, and I'll have to wait for the next setup. But I don't see anything happening right now. It's 10:05. There's 5 minutes left in the macro. We might most likely keep pushing higher here. But again, there's no real good entry here with a proper stop loss. As you can see here, I tried and it just wicked me out, which again, price on CPI days, it might act like that. So take care, guys. If you guys enjoyed the stream, feel free to drop a like. But again, I think this was a very tough trading morning, even though we were right. Take care, guys. Talk soon and stay safe.